Hello there, this is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Scorpio. Hello Scorpios and Scorpio cross watchers. This is your what are they feeling and thinking bonus readings, which means I've already done all 12 zodiac signs for August. So I've already done Aquarius, now this is Scorpio. I feel like sometimes I just need to do them all in a clump. Okay, I've recorded a collective YouTube reading for all signs. I finished up Pisces. They were my last zodiac sign for August. And now we're going to go into Scorpio. Every time I just feel out each sign, I kind of know when to stop, when to keep going. And I'm feeling this energy of I got to keep going on this flow of whatever we're feeling now. So Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, as well as a cross watcher. Here we go. This is my Crimson Secrets Oracle deck that I created. You have the first card being, ooh, full bloom. Feminine here is in her fully bloomed state, meaning she's not young and dumb or inexperienced, and she's not coming from a place of not applying what she's learned, if you will, okay? I feel like someone, and it's obvious in the picture, she's not aware someone's looking at her. Someone's watching her in all of her glory. This is the Scorpio watching you, or they're watching you, Scorpio, however this applies. There's a feminine here in full bloom, and someone is watching them in awe, affection. They're feeling some sort of affection for this person. They are feeling inspired and in love. But something tells me they weren't trying to feel love. I know it. Oh, hell motherfucking nah. Twinflame. Aquarius just got that in their reading as well. And I get it every day in almost every fucking reading I do. I was talking about this in one of the readings I did today, I think the collective one, that the twin flame energy has visited us again. And it always has. I mean, hello, it's why we're all here, right? A lot of us have felt the energy years ago of what the fuck is a twin flame, and then we went on this journey of finding ourselves, and the people that we thought were our twin flames weren't. They were karmic soulmates, and we had lessons to learn, and they were catalysts to help crack us open to learn the art of self-love. So the whole thing we thought we knew about twin flames prior, coming from this place now of experience, we know that's not what it is. It's not someone who's not interested in me. It's not someone who's treating me like trash and dirt. It's not someone who's happily in another relationship. It's not a third party situation per se. No, it's not. Do I still believe that this is a phenomenon and an unbelievable connection that will come to be? Yes, but I don't think it's all the things that we thought it was. And it most certainly isn't all the things that the people out there right now are trying to commercialize and sell you on. There is a connection where the two of you guys almost, and I hate to say it like this, but it's the way it's coming through for your reading. They feel like you guys there's a connection with the heart, almost as if you guys share the same heart. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's because you guys have mental telepathy of the heart. I don't know if it's because, I mean, you guys definitely will have mental telepathy because there's a deep soul connection here. So you feel them and you think about them when they're thinking about you. Maybe not necessarily speaking it too. Bottom of the deck is secrets. Private. It says private, right? Secrets. I mean, that screams Scorpio. Intensity. That screams scorpionic. Scorpio. They are very private. They're very fucking intense. They're not necessarily very vocal and verbal about their emotions, but they could be very verbal about sexual because they rule sex, right? They rule that lower extremities. They might be that kind of person that is a fuck boy or fuck girl surfacely, until they meet the one that changes everything, until they meet the one that they fall in love with. But then it's still going to be wanting to hump your leg. I always joke that like Scorpio moon men that I have met, they always remind me of like when you go to your friend's house and there's like their dog that is like humping your leg and you're all like, excuse me, sir. I don't even know you. You're just trying to hump my leg. It's just, I joke about that, but it's kind of like the energy of Scorpio moon men. Like like the stranger is trying to like hump your leg. You're just like, what the fuck? But are they open to love and connection? Fuck no, not surfacely. Do they want that? I'm sure. Yes, we all do. But tried to look for it, didn't happen. So whatever. I'm just gonna try and get mine now. You know, it's that kind of a vibe for some of them. Until they meet you, till you meet them. It's a feeling of mutual spark. It's a mutual connection. It's not one-sided. It's not where only one person feels this and the other one's going, fuck no. It's kind of the feeling of both of them going, I do feel this. And there's no logic behind this, but I do feel it. Secret admirer. Told you that full bloom card was about someone watching the feminine. She really didn't know. She might not know the level and intensity of the affections of this person. Do you know what I mean? They're not very public with it, or they have to keep it a secret because maybe they can't say something because they're in another relationship, or because it doesn't feel right, or because they're confused or they don't know. Okay, what are they feeling? Extreme affection and emotions and love, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're speaking it. You know, fate. There's some sort of destined and fated encounter. These two meet when the time is right. Or meet again when the time is right. You have decisions. Big ass decisions need to be made. It fell on the secret admirer card, and I think the decision for them might be, do they say it or do they not? Do they cough it up or do they not? Someone here sits really comfortably in solitude, meaning this person's not the kind of codependent person that always needs to be in a relationship. That's you or them, one of you, at least one of you. They're not codependent. They love sitting in their independence and their freedom, and they love, you know, just sort of their own company. And I feel like that wasn't always the case for this person. I think that they may have been in codependent, obsessive, addictive sort of relationships, toxic relationships in the past. But now that they've gone through this energy, almost transformation, right? Spiritual journey and awakening, they don't feel that way anymore. And then you also have ebb and flow. So the ebb and flow is definitely connected to the decisions, because I think what happens here is they make up their mind, they change it. They decide, then they say, I don't know. Then they say yes, and then they say no. Then they say hi, then they say bye. You know what I'm saying? It is almost mixed signals that either they're feeling from you or you feel from them. Mixed signals. I feel in, see, this is that Scorpio fucking energy. This is why Scorpio, oof. And I was raised by Scorpios, honey. My parents are both Scorpios. My grandma was Scorpio female. I've entertained quite a few, not quite a few, but I've entertained more than one Scorpio man, whether it's sun, moon, or rising. They love to test you. That is all. They love to test you. What if you don't know what I mean? Then you don't know what I mean. Then just bypass that part of this for you. If you know, you know. They test you because they don't trust nobody, not even themselves. There may have been instances during this connection that they tried to test you. How do they do that? They could do it in all these different fucking ways. Sometimes how they test is they cut off communication completely to see if you're just not going to give a fuck. And then they go, yeah, see, this person never gave a fuck. See, good. So I'm not going to talk to them. Fuck them. They do weird little things like that sometimes. Now, a very, very low vibrational, unawakened, muggle, mortal Scorpio. Oh my Lord Jesus, run. But if you get one that awakens, any man, woman, right, any sign that awakens, it's a jackpot. But I've always told you guys this. There's no love like a Scorpio love. And I've said it since day one from 2017, that although it can be some of the most crazy fucked up relationships and connections with them, with Scorpio placements in a man's chart, because I am straight, obviously, strictly dickly. But their love is so deep, it's intense. It's so intense that it scares them. So when they can get out of their own fucking way and trust their own intuition, trust themselves, and then trust another person, and not run away and not sting the person and not sting themselves and self-sabotage and run and if they can allow those things not to keep being a repeat pattern, it could be something unfucking believable. And I mean unfucking believable. You're talking divine type of love. Ethereal. Almost angelic. Dating. You guys remember in The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock? I've seen it a zillion times because it's actually my daughter's one of her favorite fucking movies. Remember at the end he says, Margaret, can I marry you? Will you marry me so that I can date you, please? Why do I feel like that here? Can I marry you so I can date you, please? There's something about, they may have tried to jump the gun. You remember in that movie, it was about they had to get married and pretend they were a couple, but even though it was whatever, I don't want to ruin the movie if you never saw it, but it's an amazing movie. So funny. It's really funny and I love it. Just Friends is another amazing one with Ryan Reynolds too. It's fucking hilarious too if you've never seen that one. So funny. But I don't know, maybe they just are like, let's date. And you're like, we're already madly fucking in love. And it feels like we've been married for 20 years, even though it's been 2 weeks or it's been, I feel like from the moment you guys have met or met again or reconnected or whatever, it's sort of been like you guys got married and divorced 7 times and never actually dated. So Scorpio. They want to date you. They feel like they want to date you. And I don't think they're the dating type. Do you catch my drift? You or them. They're not the dating type. So this would be someone who's not necessarily very open to traditional, taking it slow. They would be more prone to have a one-night stand and run than have no sex and get to know you on an intimate soul level and just date for a couple of weeks, months, whatever, days or whatever, and then going into that. And that's not their MO. It definitely wasn't what they wanted in the past. Now, you do have the soulmate card, and this soulmate card feels like there is this deep soulmate connection between the two of you. And maybe at first you thought, I think it's a karmic soulmate. It may have given the impression of karmic at some point throughout it. It almost mimicked a karmic situation, karmic soulmate. I don't think it was, though. Don't get me wrong, we've had many of those encounters, but what I'm channeling here for this group, or even if it's just one person, it wasn't karmic. What does karmic mean? It means that it's for a season and a reason. And they usually aren't very pleasant relationships, but it's a lesson there. There's an expiration date to it. And I don't feel like this is one of those situations. It could be the one. If we want to be cheesy about it, the one. And I'm the only one who walked through the fire for you. An unexpected arrival, and under that is romantic feelings. I think it's safe to assume that we know what the unexpected arrival was. They could not have ever guessed that you would invoke these feelings of love in them. And of self-love too. Some of you have helped get them in the right direction of loving their fucking selves. Because that's really fucking important now. I gotta love me too. I gotta love me. They have to love themselves. If not, they won't know how to love someone else. This is crucial. If you are with a person trying to make it work and they don't love themselves, honey, it's how the fuck you expect them to treat you good and treat you right if they don't know how to treat themselves good and right? They don't know what that looks like. They wouldn't know how to do it to you because they don't do it to them. It's foreign to them. I don't know what to do. It's like expecting someone who doesn't know how to speak French or a foreign language to speak French. How are they going to speak French when they don't know how to speak French? You bring this sense of serenity to them. Something about your energy calms them, but it also fuels this desire inside of them. It's like a fucking volcano about to blow. Desire and oof. But then you also bring them calm and peace. It's like confusing for them. How can you bring so much peace and serenity, but you make me feel so inside? You're what they didn't expect, an unexpected arrival. What you're feeling, what they're feeling, what someone's feeling is shock. They didn't expect to fall this hard. Someone didn't expect to fall this hard in love. Period. They just didn't. They didn't expect it to be you. They didn't expect to fall this hard. You have child. This is inner child. Despair. They have major, massive trauma and healing to do from childhood or some type of childlike energy. I don't know if it's because they have issues with a parent, if maybe they lost a parent. You see what I'm saying? Maybe they feel like a lost child, like an orphan or something. I don't know. But there's this energy connected to the masculine. That's not the feminine. Not to say that the feminine didn't go through those things, but what I'm feeling in this moment is their spirit is saying that's them right now. You also have the courtship. I told you the dating. They're not the type of person that says, let's go out on a date and not fuck at the end. That's not their MO. That's not their usual thing. And with you, they have to court you. And they said, fuck no, I'm not going to court you. Hell motherfucking no. And then you said, okay, bye. I'll find someone else to court me because I deserve that. And then they came back around and said, I want to court you. What does that mean, courting? Well, back in the old days, and they still do it, some people do it now still, like Mormons will do it, right? Like people like the Duggars, even though they're not Mormon. You know, this very older, traditional, whatever you want to call them. It means that you have this intention of something more, usually marriage with a person. So you are dating with intention is the point. And the intention being marriage or commitment, very deep commitment. You're not dating just to have fun. We're not dating just to see if I think I want to just go out on dinner Friday night and go out dancing. They're dating with intention. And it's a deep thing where there's no physical contact or sexual anything. Imagine back in the day, like Pride and Prejudice time. Why do you think when Mr. Darcy helped Elizabeth get into the buggy, the little car when she was leaving, and they touched bare hands, why do you think he did the whole dramatic like this? Because in those days, you weren't allowed to touch without your gloves on, let alone touch your body parts, unless you were married. This is why they so greatly desired dances and balls, because they were able to have contact with the person, a person of interest. It's almost like you win them over and they almost sort of crumble and cave to what it is you want, that they fought and said, I'm not doing that. And you were like, okay, bye. And then they say, okay, I'm going to do that. Anyways, let's get into this extended. If you click below this video, the word more, it brings up all my links. First one will be to my website, saltwaterhillstarot.com. That's where you can buy tickets to my next Witches Brew, which is coming up in a couple weeks on August 26th. They're amazing if you've never joined me for one. It's a Zoom event where we just all network and we talk stories and you meet like-minded individuals and I pull cards and it's a really great time. It usually lasts for couple hours. Also below that's my Patreon. Oh, excuse me. And that's where you're going to watch this, right? Your extended for Scorpio is going to be in the what are they feeling section of that website in the extendeds. But the link below that to Patreon is for those of you that don't follow me there. It's the only place you can watch the extendeds for the other readings I do for the collectives, all the general special love readings for those. Also on Patreon, I do have a whole bunch of bonus timeless readings. They're erotic and non, okay? So Scorpios, I will see you in the extended. Love you.